In studio, welcome home, Olympic bronze medalist Erin Hamlin. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Welcome home.
Thank you. I'm great.
Like you didn't get enough welcome homes last night. So let me ask you this. I have lots of questions about, the Olympic experience and what it's like and da-da-da-da. When did you know that there was going to be like this huge parade thing as soon as you got off the plane yesterday?
I didn't for a while. I think my mom was trying to surprise me a little bit, and everyone was trying to make it kind of a surprise. But then little by little, I started hearing a little piece here and there, and then after people knew that I had already kind of found out about stuff, then it was totally blown up, and everything on social media. I saw Google alerts for the last 24 hours were all about everything happening and how Central New York was going to implode, and it was all going crazy.
Yeah, and it's all because of you.
Yeah, it's insane. It's so cool.
So you finally get to come home, and the Olympic experience. I wanted to ask about what it's like there, and I would imagine that every time you go, because this is your third Olympics, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. In every city, the way everyone stays is different. It depends on what the host city is. What were the living conditions? I don't want to say living conditions, but was it a hotel? Did you stay at a college in a dorm?
So the athlete villages, there were two. There was one down right on the coast in Adler, which is right outside of Sochi, and then there was one up in the mountains. So it was about an hour bus ride straight up into the mountains, and it was kind of dorm style where we were up in the mountains. But their rooms were pretty big, and everyone had their own bathrooms, so it was a little bit better than a dorm. But it was good. It was everything we needed. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was totally fine, and it was good. And there were no issues at all. The athletes were definitely taken care of.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, you go in, and did you have any idea what it was going to be like, or were you prepped for worst case? Did you have a big thing of baby wipes, stashed away just in case?
We had been there quite a bit leading up to the games. I think we spent a total of 4.5 weeks there within the last 2 seasons, so we knew exactly what it was like there. The last time we had gone, they kind of ran things as almost like a dry run of how we would be getting to the track and doing everything. Obviously, we didn't stay in the Olympic Village yet, but we just we'd been there quite a bit. So it was very familiar going back.
Oh, good.
Staying in the village was different, but, once you're in that Olympic bubble, it's very similar to other games. So everything kind of works the same way. It's kind of set up the same way. So I knew kind of what was coming. But yeah, it was okay. The USOC, the U.S. Olympic Committee, does a really good job of kind of scoping things out in advance, and they brought in a bunch of stuff, and we had our own kind of mini America in a little lounge there. So we had everything we needed for sure.
Did you ever think that at some point you would be the grizzled veteran of Olympic Games? Because with this being your third, and you're oh, this is old hat,
Never. Coming into it, when I first got to the point in my career where going to the Olympics was a realistic thing to shoot for, I was oh yeah, that'd be really cool. And it kind of was Vancouver, the way that the time frames added up, that was going to be the Olympics to go to, and I'm that'd be amazing to go to the Olympics. And then I made it 4 years earlier, and then I was oh well, I can't just go when I'm 19 and not go, just give up, that's it. So then I won again, and then after that one, and I was super disappointing, and everything kind of didn't turn out so well. I was well, I can't end on that note, so then I just gotta go for more.
Olympic bronze medalist and, of course, representative Erin Hamlin in studio. You can follow her on Twitter at Erin Hamlin and ErinHamlin.com. Do you have a couple minutes?
Yeah.
So because I want to hear about downtime stuff, because there's
everybody does.
Yeah. Well, you had a ton of it. You had well now that you've won the medal,
things got kind of busy after certain things happened.
So once you got that thing around your neck, all of a sudden you got to go do media. I want to talk about the media stuff too. Lots of questions. Erin Hamlin in studio here at Kiss FM. 3-time Olympian, world champion, Olympic bronze medalist from Remsen, New York. Erin Hamlin in studio. Does it get weird when people do the formal running down your credits and stuff like that?
It's definitely funny, but it's crazy.
Because hi, it's me. Yeah, and I've known you for years, and you've always been that way, and it's really just as I'm saying it, because I kind of have to, but at the same time you're just yeah, yeah. Make sure you follow her on Twitter at Erin Hamlin, and you can check out ErinHamlin.com. All right, so take me to that day. Okay, you've done the course a couple times now, and you were familiar with some things, and you were in a great position to. When you're at the top there, like, is it just like, is it focus? Is it where's your mind at that point?
So this race is probably more than any other one in my career. I was probably more relaxed and just kind of like, I don't know, not freaking out at all, which was impressive even for myself. I definitely was focused for sure, but not enough, not too much, so to the point where I couldn't enjoy myself and really kind of enjoy the moment. And, I kind of went into this thinking, I might never be back at the Olympics again. I'm not coming in with high expectations from anybody else. There's not like a lot of pressure on me to perform. I hadn't been on the podium all year, so it wasn't like I was expected to do some amazing things. So I was really able to just kind of like, take it all in, enjoy the moment, and have fun.
It's almost like a reactionary kind of thing, because you've done it so much. You were able to just kind of like just go. Yeah,
for sure. And I think I had a really good week of training, so all my training runs going into the race were really good. So that set me up really well to be able to relax. And I think it was, I was just kind of I don't want to say winging it, but at the same time, I was just kind of like, all right, here we go. I knew what to do, and I just kind of let it happen.
Well, that's why you trained so hard and for so long. Anybody who has a specialized, does a specialized thing for a living, they can almost do it blindfolded because their body just knows what to do and how to do it. So they could almost do it blindfolded. But same thing. You're like, okay, let's go. Your body just knows what to do. Just, all right, let's go and do it. That's kind of what I'm going.
For sure. And that's a huge thing in our sport. And that's definitely the way that most people are shooting to go into races. But getting to that point and getting over the mental aspect of being able to just kind of let it go and let your body react, because most of us know that, we know how to do that, and our bodies can take over and we can just kind of let it go. But then you have to kind of fight your mind, and because all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, it's a race, I can't mess up, I can't do this. So then you're starting to try and make sure, and then that's when you psych yourself out. So getting over that kind of hump is the thing that's tough.
You were talking about you had a real good week of training. And I know you train all year and you're up in Placid a lot and all that stuff. Does what you eat go into it, like especially like that week? Do you have like I have a race today, so I only eat this? Like, do you have like superstitions like that, or?
No, not really. Our sport is pretty good in the food department, where we need to be heavy, so we can eat pretty much anything we want. But obviously, we want to put on good weight. We want it to be, lean muscle mass and stuff. So we eat healthy. It's not like we're sitting around just filling our faces with bad stuff all day. But going into it, I was just trying to like maintain weight and be as healthy as I could. And since we were racing in the evening, kind of over dinner time, it was more snacking than meals, because you don't want to. I hate racing on a full stomach, so I was just kind of like picking at like granola and some fruit and stuff like that.
I feel awful because the question I want to ask, it's not necessarily the most appropriate one, but I'm wondering if you've ever broken wind, like mid race, or is your body like all?
I haven't personally, however.
But okay.
Well, actually, this happened this season, and luckily one of my teammates isn't from this area, so she'll never hear this interview. But we were racing this season, and she totally ripped one at the start, like standing there, and the coach looked at her and was like, what was that? And she's like, I had to let it go, man. Like you can't go down all uncomfortable. So that's been the joke of the season. But yeah, it happens. But I actually, not that I'm aware of, maybe, I don't know.
Olympic bronze medalist Erin Hamlin in studio. So you go through, you win the medal, and your life changes in an instant. It really and truly does, because it was from there. The medal ceremony. From the medal ceremony, like, what was the rest of your day like?
So actually, I had to wait like a full 24 hours to get my medal, which was a total downer. But
really,
because the medal ceremonies are all held at night, so our race didn't get over until after all the medal ceremonies for the day had ended. So the next ones were the next day. So right after the race, you kind of get swept away. You have to go through the mix zone, which is all media, and then you have to go through doping control, and then to a press conference right at the venue. And then by the time all that was said and done, I met up with my family at like midnight, and then had some pizza and champagne, and then went to bed. And then the next day, like at 11:30 or something in the morning. I got really lucky with the time change thing. I never had to get up at like the crack of dawn, which was really nice. But yeah, then I went down to the coast where like the NBC compound and everything was, and we went through and did all that. The Today Show, kind of they call it the Managing Victory Tour, and
right.
Go through and they do all the media stuff, and then basically that all day right up to the medal ceremony.
Wow, that's absolutely awesome. Who is was there anybody that you've met since winning the medal that you were like, oh my God, really?
I met Usher, which was really cool.
Really?
Yeah. That was the most recent cool one. But before leaving the games,
was that at the Today Show?
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. They have a lot of former athletes that do correspondence work for NBC. So when you're there, a lot of them end up interviewing athletes. So I was interviewed by like Christy Yamaguchi and Peekaboo Street, all these athletes that I grew up like idolizing.
When we were kids, that's who we watched.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I met Nancy Kerrigan, like all these people who.
How's her knee?
It's fine, I imagine. I did not ask, but
yeah, and I'm that guy. I would be like, "Oh, Nancy Kerrigan, how's the wheels going?" Everything.
No, she was awesome, and meeting those people was like one of the biggest highlights. I met Nasty Lucan at NBC and stuff like that. All the other athletes that I've idolized over the years. It was really cool.
Very cool. Erin Hamlin, in studio, Olympic bronze medalist from this past Olympics. Just awesome stuff, and you're sponsored, aren't you? Like don't you have like a sponsorship or something like that? Do you have like a corporate sponsor for you personally, or I know like Team USA and stuff like that does.
For this games, I'm working with Citibank. They have an Every Step of the Way campaign, which is actually really cool. It's not just like, oh, we're going to use athletes and use them, and we're going to be their sponsor. They each athlete, I think there's 9 of us. We pick a program or some sort of charity that we want to support, and then they basically get people to pick their favorite athlete, and whichever one gets the most support online voting and stuff like that. They're giving $50,000 to that organization. Cool. So I'm doing that with Slider Search, so I can hopefully get more kids into the sport, get the pipeline going, spread it around, make it more exposed throughout the country. And it's been an amazing program, and it's really cool because it's kind of like, that's how I started. So the whole Every Step campaign idea is like absolutely true, because that's exactly how I got in, and I'm a medalist, and I can take it back down and try and get kids into it.
I totally just thought about this, and I'm surprised I didn't until just now. Are we gonna have a Wheaties box with your face on it?
That's been a hot topic.
Is that gonna happen?
I don't know.
You have a smile on your face. Look at you.
I mean, that's one of the things I think every kid growing up who wants to be like a cool athlete, like that's, oh my gosh, I want to be in the Wheaties box. So obviously, I don't think there's anybody that I know in athletics that would say they didn't want to be on a Wheaties box.
Sure, I mean, absolutely. Did you bring the medal? I feel like dorky asking to see it, but I mean, come on. Oh my God, it's huge. Wow. Oh, it's gorgeous too. The intricacies in the glass in the middle
is really cool. Yeah. I know when they first released what they were going to look like, I remember thinking that's one of the best medals ever. I'm I really want one of those.
Yeah. Wow, this is great. I'm afraid I'm going to break it.
Yeah, if I haven't broken it yet, I think everyone's pretty good.
I'm gonna hand that back to you because I'm a klutz, and knowing me, it would fall out of my hand, and it would knock over my coffee, and I get coffee all over the metal, and it would be bad news. It'd be bad news. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I hope you get to relax a little bit. Hope you get a little downtime. What's next for you? Because I mean, is there more competing in the season, or is this it?
Not yet. There is a B Nationals race in Lake Placid in March, but I'm not required to race in it. So I think I'm going to go up and cheer my teammates on and hang out a little bit. But other than that, our season's over, and I actually start classes in a couple days. I take them through DeVry University. They have a partnership with the USOC, so we can train and compete and still take classes. It's all online, and
so
we get a scholarship.
So, what's your major?
It's sustainability management. So
I don't even know what that is.
It's basically the whole green revolution and trying to make sure. It's basically you would manage and monitor whether it's venues or buildings or events or anything. Sustainability and the carbon footprint of that stuff. So,
okay. All right. Yeah. Very cool. Nice.
Environmental things.
Olympic bronze medalist, Remsen native, Erin Hamlin in studio. Congratulations. enjoy, every experience that comes with this, because, it's once in a lifetime, and not very, very, very few people get to do it. So enjoy. Everyone here is so proud of you, and go take a nap, for crying out loud, because it seems like you haven't stopped yet. So
thank you very much.
Absolutely. Erin Hamlin in studio. We're going to break. Come back. Big Poppa in the morning here on Kiss FM.